You know what's crazy? The same man that's the easiest for you to take for granted is usually the same man that is the hardest for you to replace. You know why? Because he's the one who was always consistent, the one who shows up. He's not perfect, but he was very present. He wasn't loud about his love, but he proves it in the way that he showed up for you. And you know why? That's why you stop noticing it when he pulls back. You got used to him being there, used to him forgiving you, used to him making it work every.
And I want to say this real quick, and I'm not saying this to be mean. Women, I love y'all, but y'all gotta understand, you talking to a wall. The women that she think, like, okay, let's read the title. The same man that is the easiest to take for granted is usually the hardest to replace. Bitches and women don't give a fuck about it. They don't care about a consistent man. Okay, her message is coming from a good place, but women do not give a fuck about consistency. Um, if we're talking about in today's world, like women, especially now, don't give a fuck about a consistent man. They want, if anything, they want an inconsistent, consistent man. It might sound crazy. Welcome to the DeMarkco effect, where you get the full effect of me. We're gonna let her talk before I say too much.
single time. So you start treating his effort like it's not worth it. And you know what happens? One day, he finally gets tired because the truth is, anyone will get tired. And you know what happens? The day that he stops calling, the day that he stops checking in, the day that he stops fighting for you, that's when it hits you that that man you thought would always be there, he wasn't weak. He was willing. He loved you, and you mistook his willingness for weakness. You see, real men don't always announce when they're done. But trust me, when they're done, they're done. They just leave silently, and when they go, they take peace with them. Stability, loyalty, and trust me, you will miss that. So if you've got a good man, don't take him for granted. Listen, because once he's gone, you won't find another like him.
Okay, and I agree with don't take a good man for granted. But this is what I will say. Normally, men, and I can even attest to this, normally men do not leave a relationship um, first, right? Usually the man is not going to initiate a breakup, even if he don't like the girl at this point, right? Because men are at the point where we're kind of like, I don't really like her, but then I can work with what she has and help build her up. So that's what men like to do. Men like to build shit up, right? We like to make something from nothing, right? So the message that she's giving out is great, right? But we have to understand she's selling a book. It's right there on the right, right? So she's also selling a book, right? Which doesn't mean that she has any ulterior motives. It just means that she's selling a book and she's trying to appease to a certain audience, which I respect, right? But back to my point. Men are going to build up a woman, right? They want to build up a woman to be something that she couldn't have been without him, right? So when we go back to her point when she said that these women, want, they take advantage the guy that was basically consistent until he leaves, and then she realizes that she regret him leaving. Yes, that shit happens a lot, right? It happens a lot, and it doesn't instantaneously happen for women. It doesn't instantly happen from my experience. What happens is it takes time, right? It takes time, right? So for a woman to see that this guy is not interested in her anymore, or he doesn't want to be with her anymore, at first she's kind of like, fuck it, it's cool, I don't really care. But then it kicks in and she's like, wait, so you mean to tell me the guy that I thought was a sucker and a good guy and a simp, and he was a little lame, and all of this, you mean to tell me that I can't find another guy like him no more now that I have 2 kids and I'm 35 years old and I have 2 different baby dad? So it gets to that point where it's like, no, now we don't give a fuck about what you're talking about because this guy was showing you that he can be there for you and help you out and be that dude that you would definitely not necessarily want in her eyes as a woman, but the guy that will provide in any way, physically, mentally, financially, whatever way, right? So that's the stuff that guys be talking about, and that's why when we get, when guys get older, guys are like, "Fuck what these women are talking about. We don't want it." Because, like, to her point, okay, let's go right here.
He wasn't loud about his love, but he proved it in the way that he showed up for you. And you know what?
Right there. When a man shows up for you as his girl, as his woman, that's something that should be taken for granted in a good way. You should be happy, you should be embracing him, or you should celebrate him just like he's celebrating you.
That's why you stop noticing it when he pulls back. You got used to him being there, used to him forgiving you, used to him making it work every single time.
And then this goes back to my video that I had posted like 2 days ago. There was this guy, he was saying, yeah, men are weird. When I'm with a girl, I open the door for her. I make sure she get in the apartment. I'm just a decent guy. It's like, no, that's not how this works. Once you set an expectation for a woman, right? That is the way that she look at you. So, I'll give you an example. Let's say you open the door for your woman on a first date. Okay? Second time you see her, you open her door. Third time you see her, you open her door. Fourth, fifth, seventh, eighth. It's been about a couple months. You open her door every time. On this particular day, you ain't opened that door. The door has not been opened. So she looking, and you sitting in the driver's seat, and you turn the car on, and she's like, da 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 da. Now you got a problem. You ain't opening her door. So do you see how, as a man, when you set an expectation, and the first time you do something, you set the expectation for this woman. Now she looks at you like you're being a specific way because you don't want to open her door. Right? This is why I tell y'all, as a guy, you want to balance things out. And however you find that balance there's not one right way to do it because your girl might be different than somebody else's girl. Right? So you have to find that balance. And when it comes to shit like this, like a woman basically taking you for granted, you have to understand that some of the things that she also do take for granted is some of the expectations that you set for her. Okay, and the way a woman brain is wired is the first time you don't do something is when it's a problem. Right? So my whole point is to get y'all to understand why they say certain things that they say and why they do certain things that they do. Okay? But other than that, make sure y'all leave a like down below. Make sure y'all comment. If you just subscribed, I love you. If you already subscribed, I love you already. But other than that, have a good evening, good day, good night, good morning, where you at, and I'll see y'all. Peace out.